I give you the floor on what you witnessed at TCU on Big Noon Fox on Saturday, sir.
Mike said it best. He came by. He was like, unbelievable. I'm like, yeah, that's the word. It was literally unbelievable. 20.5-point underdog. They get a 3-and-out in the first series, and then the game plan they had, getting the ball out of Shedeur, their quarterback's hands quick, makes sense. They got on the perimeter. There's about 8 different things that happened in CU's win over TCU that were mind-blowing to me. I'm going to start with the most mind-blowing. Travis Hunter, who was we've talked about him here before, the number 1 recruit that Deion got to go to Jackson State and beat everybody on, and now he followed him to CU, played both ways exceptionally well. He played like 130 snaps, and it was almost 100 degrees there. Like, I remember doing this when I was at ESPN Magazine, did a story on Chris Gamble when Ohio State won the national title. Really good player, first-round pick. He was their second leading receiver, and he was a really good cornerback, and he was a return guy. Played 130 snaps. He played 130 snaps against Illinois in a game that was probably like 49 degrees. This was like 100. And he got better in the second half. He made a remarkable interception where his closing speed was just, oh my God. You totally get why he was the number 1 recruit in the country. So there was that. Then there was Shedeur, his son, who had been a really good quarterback, and we knew he was going to be one of their better players. But he was totally poised, incredibly accurate, threw for a career, like a CU record, 510 yards. They had 4 100-yard receivers in the game. He spread it out. I mean, it was like, then there was like their offensive line, which Logic and everybody else I talked to was like, there's no way you can get an offensive line where all the mismatched parts come together post-spring football. I was talking to one of the TCU coaches the day before the game, and it was like, well, it's not, it'd be like almost like bringing the Georgia offensive line in and expecting them in a new system come. No, I said, no, it'd be like having one guy from Georgia, one guy from Michigan, one guy from Kent State. And honestly, I don't know if those guys were from Georgia and Michigan. I know a couple were from Kent State, but like, you're bringing them all together, and they played really, really well. Credit to the coaches, credit to the players. You have to. Mind-blowing.
I'm glad that you said credit to them as well. Obviously, the players, they're the ones who play, and Deion will say that. But you got to credit the coaching.
Like, 1,000%.
Because I just think everybody thinks Deion he's just a collector of talent, and they'll just roll the footballs out.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is, when you do it with 86 new players, and I know TCU is not the same TCU team that went to the national championship game last year.
No, but Sonny Dykes was telling me he thinks the receiving core, even though they don't have Quentin Johnston and Darius Davis, who are going to be playing for the Chargers this weekend, he thinks their receiving core is better. He felt like their defensive line was better. There was a lot they were very excited about. And it wasn't like Colorado blew them off the field, but Colorado went toe-to-toe. There was nothing felt fluky about it. Credit to them. Sean, first of all, the biggest thing a head coach usually does is what kind of staff they put together. He got Sean Lewis, who's a really well-regarded offensive mind, to leave being the head coach at Kent State to go become his offensive coordinator. And Sean Lewis brought his O-line guy, and that guy, Bill O'Boyle, is really good. Then you looked at some of the defensive side of things. And I think also, this is to me is one of the big things for Deion, is he has a read on people. You know this better than me because you worked with him closely. But I think he's incredibly people smart and knows how to push buttons, and that matters. And, I can't wait I'm flying there tonight. I cannot wait to see week 2 of this.
And it must be lit on that campus. They must be out of their minds. I saw the athletic director go up to Deion. He was crying. It looked like he was crying.
He should be. They were awful for 20 years, and all of a sudden, they are the biggest story in sports, not just college football. Like, did you see what happened? Like, it's just remarkable.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.